Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Here is your fun fact of the day. Do you want wisdom? Then get it, says the book of Proverbs. Like the Psalms we mentioned last week, Proverbs is the only other book in the Bible that is a compilation of multiple authors, and an acknowledged compilation that multiple people put together Proverbs, or wrote Proverbs, that were eventually put into this collection. Proverbs is a massive collection of deep thoughts, streams of logic and reasoning, covering the natural world, God as sovereign over the entire natural world, deep philosophy, the role of humanity, a lot of different deeper concepts that we struggle with today. Proverbs speaks to these. Not entirely directly every single time, but it does speak to these. And while many other books speak to profound theological truths, lengthy narratives, extreme histories, genealogies, or speaking to a disobedient people, Proverbs does what no other book of the Bible does, and compiles some pretty direct collections of practical instructions for living your day-to-day life and how to live it properly. Proverbs concerns itself pretty explicitly in instructing people in the paths of wisdom, and not just wisdom that you think about, like philosophy, but wisdom for how to live your life better than many people around you who simply live life for themselves. The writers of these Proverbs recognized some common circumstances in people's lives and provided principles to apply in a variety of situations, rather than a few instructions for only a few specific instances. There are some greatly applicable Proverbs. Sometimes even just a single verse or a single sentence is enough to mull over for days and weeks on end. Now, this isn't to say that if you're facing any trouble in the world, you will find an answer to it in the book of Proverbs. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am willing to say is that there is likely a situation described in the book of Proverbs that is structured very similarly to nearly anything that you can face in a regular day. For more reading up on that, check the link in the description below as far as more about the book of Proverbs. Or just crack it open sometime. Just start reading. Just read a few verses and mull them over. Think. Think hard, think deep. Repeat them over and over and see what comes to you. See what you realize or what it seems to suggest. And then work through that. Thank you for joining me for this fun fact of the day. See you again soon.